Alright, so I'm going to give a little introduction. First of all, thanks for taking the time to participate in our study.
Thanks for having me.
As you know, I'm Chris, and today I'm moderating this interview. The purpose of this research is to better understand students' general attitudes and experiences with men's footwear. The results of our research will, we hope, help footwear companies and brands better adapt to your preferences and needs. I want to stress that your participation is entirely voluntary, that you may choose not to answer any of the questions we ask, and that you may leave at any time you choose. We are videotaping the session only so that we can more easily produce a written transcript of the discussion. Before we start the discussion, I'd like to lay down a couple of ground rules. First, please silence all cell phones and other electronic equipment. We would like this to simply be a conversation between us with no outside distractions. Second, to make sure that we can hear what is being said. Please speak as clearly as you can. Most importantly, tell us whatever it is you're thinking. We are not looking for any particular answers. We're here to hear what you have to say. Before we start the questions, please briefly introduce yourself. Please give me your first name, where you live, what college you're in, and what is your year in school.
Well, my name is Sam Fangman. I am from Boulder, Colorado. I'm a senior in the College of Engineering.
Okay. Now I can start. So we're going to start with some general attitudes about footwear. So firstly, when you think of footwear, what style comes to mind?
I think about like a tennis shoe, like kind of like the Nike Free sort of style tennis shoe that's lightweight, it's comfortable, you can wear it in sort of like an athletic sense or more like a casual, fashionable type sense.
Okay. So what draws you to this style of footwear?
I think it's really diverse for situations. It's versatile. Like I said, I could use it if I was going to the gym. I also could use it if I was going to class.
Perfect.
I feel comfortable in it in a variety of scenarios.
Okay. Do you have multiple pairs of this style of shoe?
I have one pair, yeah.
One pair?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's not, but is this the only style of footwear you own?
No.
Okay. What are the positives of this preferred style?
It's lightweight. It's very comfortable. I can be on my feet for a while wearing them.
Sure. Also, what are some of the negatives of this preferred style?
It's terrible when it rains. My foot gets soaked. I feel like if I step in a puddle or something. And yeah, I guess that'd be the biggest thing.
Okay. So, thinking about your preferred style, what brand comes to mind? I know you said Nike. Are there any other ones, or is that just your first?
I would say Nike is the first to come to mind.
Sure. Have you used any other brands within this style?
Within this style, it's been a while since I bought a pair of non-Nike tennis shoes.
Alright, that's fine. Next, what kind of meaning does this footwear have for you? Does it give you any sense of an identity?
I feel like it kind of gives me an identity as like as an active college student. I feel like in most situations that, not that I'm a serious like full-time Division I athlete, but that
You're active.
I'm active on occasion.
Stay on your feet, sure.
I enjoy an active lifestyle.
Okay. If there was no brand label associated with your footwear, would you still prefer it?
Yeah, I'd say I'd still prefer it if it was the same thing without the brand label.
Okay. Next question. Do you like or buy certain footwear brands and styles because certain celebrities or athletes endorse them?
No, I wouldn't say the celebrity endorsement is big for me.
Okay. Also, do you prefer shoes that are more flashy or conservative?
Conservative.
Conservative, and why?
I feel like I don't want to draw attention to myself with respect to my footwear. I'd rather kind of blend in a little bit.
Okay. Do you think there are people who do prefer the attention and get that attention through their shoes?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, when it comes to purchasing footwear, how do you begin the process of purchasing a new piece of footwear?
I'd say first probably comes the need for a new piece of footwear, whether it be like the old ones are torn up or they start to smell really bad, something like that. They get to a point where I can't use them anymore.
Sure.
That point then, I'm probably going to start online would probably be honestly my first place. I'd start online and I'd shop a variety of sites to see what kind of maybe clearance deals they have going on footwear.
Okay.
That's like Nike.com has a clearance site or a clearance section of their website, so I might look somewhere like that and see if there's any like limited time deals that are good.
Okay.
And from there I'd move forward to, if I really had a specific shoe in mind, I'd probably try and find that shoe and compare that shoe at different stores, see what price I can find, and then go from there to pulling the trigger eventually.
Alright. That kind of answers the next question too. The question was, how do you prefer to shop, online or in store?
For footwear, I'd start online, but I ultimately like to go to the store at least at some point in time to get a feel for what the shoe fits like. Unless it's the shoe I've already bought before and then I'm comfortable buying online.
Yeah, okay. How often would you say you buy footwear?
I'd say maybe once a year, probably.
Once a year?
Yeah.
And that goes across all styles of footwear?
That'd be all styles of footwear. I'd probably get one new pair a year. So.
Okay. That answers the next question too. How does it vary per style or type of footwear?
I'd say it's pretty common across the board.
Yeah, okay. Do you think that for the most part you're buying more athletic shoes because they wear down easier, or what do you think?
I'm probably buying more athletic shoes because they wear down, so they take way more wear and tear than the other shoes.
Okay. How much does price influence your decision? Is there a certain amount you say where you just refuse to pay, or is that not an issue?
I'd say pay is definitely a big
Okay.
factor in it. I would be very hesitant to pay over $100 for a non-specialty shoe, which I would say is kind of outside of like a specific sports shoe or something like
Sure.
that. I would not pay over $100 for a shoe. Or pair, I should say.
Okay. I know you said you buy once a year online, but do you consider yourself an impulsive buyer when it comes to footwear?
No.
No?
I wouldn't consider myself too impulsive unless I see like a fantastic deal or something like that.
Okay.
But especially online, I'm not very impulsive.
Expectations for footwear. How much do you plan to spend on a pair of shoes?
I probably plan to spend on a good pair of shoes around $70 total.
Okay. Now, does this vary depending on the type of footwear, whether it's formal, casual, athletic?
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm gonna get like a good pair of boots, it's probably gonna cost more than that. I'm probably gonna break that.
Okay.
Like that triple-digit barrier, and then if I'm getting like a pair of knock-around shoes for summer or something like that, I'm not gonna pay that near that much for it.
Sure. How long do you expect a pair of shoes to last?
I would expect about a year's life, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd say. And depending on the style, but I'd say probably a minimum of a year. I'd
Okay.
expect.
And so the next question, does it vary depending on the type of footwear? Do you expect a longer life expectancy out of casual, out of dress shoes? What do you think?
I'd probably expect my dress shoes to last the longest just because I use them.
Okay.
I sell them. But things like gym shoes or whatever, I'd expect to go pretty quick.
Okay. What type of features come to mind of your present or preferred shoe?
Can you repeat that question, please?
What type of features come to mind for your present or your preferred style of shoe?
I guess a comfort, I'd say, would be the biggest thing.
Comfort?
Comfort would be big. If I'm looking at something like an athletic shoe, I'd like it to be lightweight.
Okay.
I enjoy like kind of a good, feel like quality materials too. I guess it's something I appreciate.
Sure.
Yeah.
Would you say those are some of the best features of your preferred style of shoe? Do you think that your athletic shoes are comfortable, lightweight, and have a quality material?
Yeah, I'd say it's true.
Okay. Now, what features would you dislike the most on your preferred pair of shoes?
That they do have that I dislike.
Yeah.
Maybe I would go somewhere along the lines of they're a little bit like thinner, lightweight in some areas that they can be torn through.
Okay.
On some of the sides of the shoes.
Material. So, for company and brand exposure, what are the first 3 footwear brands that come to mind?
For
Any style of shoe.
just first 3 brands that come
First
to
3
mind.
brands, yeah.
I guess I'll go with the athletic side of it and say like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour.
Adidas. Of these 3 brands, which would you most closely identify with? Would you say Nike?
Yeah.
Okay. Thinking about your experience with the shoe company, would you continue to purchase from them?
Yeah.
Is there any footwear features that you would like but don't receive from these companies?
A cheaper price would be nice. I'd say otherwise they're doing pretty well feature wise.
Okay. Would you consider purchasing from a not well-known footwear company?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like a mission I could get behind or a differentiating factor, them being sourced locally.
Okay.
I would certainly consider it.
Going off the locally sourced, do you prefer smaller brands or larger brands?
I would say I would like to say I prefer smaller brands when
Okay.
possible.
Okay. What would you say your likelihood to purchase? Would you say your likelihood to purchase is from a non-well-known brand?
My likelihood, I'd say somewhat likely. I guess I hate to be in the middle of the scale. But
Yeah.
I feel like it really depends. There's a lot of small brands that do things well, and there's a lot of small brands that don't do things well.
Sure. You're familiar with what you have, and sometimes it takes a little bit of trust in the new brand.
Yeah, totally.
Would you say, have you ever purchased from a non-well-known brand?
For shoes?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so.
Which brand was that?
Gosh, I want to say maybe it is a well-known brand. I just didn't know. Sebago or something.
Sebago.
Sebago, I think it's spelled.
Okay. And that is the last question, I believe. So,
Cool.
Thank you very much for your time and participation in this focus group.
Yeah, no problem. It's my pleasure.
Oh.